Hey, welcome back. And for this match, we're going to be going up against the top 3 and top 20 DAK players, excuse me. Now, Dirk if I got the name right, is the top 3, which my bud will be facing off against, and I will be going up against Janko, which is the top 20 DAK player. And we're going to win this match. So, just to start off the back, I know I said a lot, but for some reason, right as we're getting ready to, clock out for the night, go to bed, we end up with these matches, so we're going to be a little bit sluggish, and then we'll kick it into high gear. Right off the back, I'm going to go Special Operations Commander. Now, I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's not the Easy 8 Commander. The reason why I stopped going Easy 8 is because in the 2v2s, it's very easy to counter. All they need to do is put up a Flak 36 or get Martyrs going. And, Dirk Predicts, I believe he's a very, what's it called? Respectful player from what I've seen. He didn't say anything negative whatsoever. So, hey, more power to you, but thanks for the good respectful gameplay. Not sure about my opponent. I've heard things about Janko, of him being negative, but I could be wrong, so I'm not going to, make fun of him or anything. Okay, so right off the back, I'm going to go ahead and take these Pathfinders Cap Fuel. The reason why is the 30 cal upgrade takes forever to get. It takes 30 munitions. You pay 240 fuel, and the Kratschützen that is only 200 manpower automatically gets the machine gun, and at Veteran C1 it will outdo the Weasel. And if you think that's bullshit, I 100% agree. The only thing great about the Weasel is that it gets the signal layer, which gives you more resources, and it gives you free machine guns for 75 munitions. So I'm going to go ahead and get a Rifleman. I'm going to keep these Riflemen pumping out. Eventually I'll go ahead and click it. Yep, there it is. And right off the back, this is where USF struggles against DAK attack. He already has a 250 and a Crad that can easily kill my Weasel, and I'm relying on my Rifleman to hold the line. I'm going to, switch between targets, but I'll focus this. And the reason why it's pretty much fucking broken is because he can pop out of this and, instantly repair. And as soon as he gets 50 munitions, he gets flame squads. So it's a clown car, basically. And upon seeing that, I'm immediately going to tech into nades. And this sets you back again as USF because you teched in nades, I lose the ability to get a third Rifleman squad for quite a bit. Because grenades are 100 fucking manpower and 15 fuel. So this sets me back not only on getting bars in the future, it sets me back on teching up. Pretty substantially. 15 fuel is not cheap early game. The Weasel can self-auto repair. It's very, very fucking slow. Look how painfully slow this is. It's pretty disgusting. But hey, better than nothing, right? And go ahead and get this Rifleman out. So I'm successfully cock-blocking the fuel. This is what you need to do with DAK. You have to starve them, and as USF, you're just buying time until you can get the chaffier bars out. And here's the DAK attack push. Again, my units can't really fight that. I'm going to go ahead and pop a rifle nade on that. This rifle squad over here is going to cap. I'm going to move that over here because he's engine crit. Immediately back out the Weasel. I cannot afford to lose this. I need the machine guns, and if I do lose it, it's pretty much GG. Run, Weasel, 1. Run. And there it is, the glorious Kratschützen with the fastest reversing handbrake of the world. I didn't know that the Nazis invented a reversing motorcycle because I own motorcycles. And I've never seen one back the fuck up like that before. But someone could please inform me. And boom, I get a huge damage roll in the Crad. And I'm going to finish this off. If I don't finish this off, I'm going to lose no matter what. Because this is giving his units an incredible fire rate bonus. And that flamethrower can love tap me. And you'll see. Keep your units spaced out, because if I was in cover at all, he would have destroyed me, he would have burned me down. I debated on getting the Weasel back into the engagement. I had to kill this. It needs to go. At the same time, I'm taking the Pathfinders to cap. They're not an aggressive unit, so let's go harass their fuel, cut the fuel supply off. Weasel's going to come back in, get some pot shots in a second. And looking good, feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and back out, because again, he doubles up, and the Weasel can't just compete with that bullshit. So I'll be pumping out a third Rifleman. And I'm teching up the Major. I'm sorry, not Major, Captain. The Captain tech up only costs you about 100 fuel, not 100, 100 manpower, excuse me, and 30 fuel. So it's a great way to get a free infantry unit onto the field. The Captain's not good at fighting, but hey, any extra manpower helps. Riflemen are going to go out. I, realize, hey, I've killed a significant chunk of his army. Now, this is where it gets a bit fishy, right? You saw how I've killed basically 2 early game vehicles, one costing 280 and one costing 200. Basically 2 squads of engineers, or 1 squad of engineers and 1 squad of P-Grins, right? And he's going to immediately have 3 squads of P-Grunts to counter me. Now, if I had lost that much, it would have been GG. But look at that. Look at that. Where does that come from? That was a little bit fishy. It's like, buddy, how? How were you able to get 2 more squads out after I had killed that manpower blow, you know? But I'll let that go. It's like, wow, ooh, that's weird. Here comes the flamethrowers. So I'm harassing red as well. I'm, again, starving their fuel. That's the biggest thing you want to do. Keep that fuel starved. And look, he's going over to flank me. Get this weasel out. He might have tech snares. I'm a bit nervous. Being very cautious because these guys are the real deal when it comes to Company of Heroes and team games. And 1v1s for one of them. So, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and stack up, form up, drop the 30 cal, use the captain. Captain's cheap on the model replenishments if I got that right. And I'm going to go ahead and set it up. So, yeah, he does decap the fuel, but with this weasel upgrade, I can recap, get extra 3 fuel, and get him off the fucking field. At the same time, I've got a rifleman over here, getting that up fuel. Again, you'll see the little icon right here. It's additional fuel, so plus 10. That's a huge amount. So, right now I come at a standstill. Internally, I wanted to go advanced logistics, right? Cheaper infantry. I realize I cannot. I have to have a counter to the 8 rad because that's what DAK players do. They will hold out for the 8 rad and you will suffer. If the 8 rad comes out, the rifleman can never touch it if the player's smart, and you will suffer. So I realize, hey, he's going for 8 rad cheese. Relic, if you see this fucking video, why does the 8 rad have the most accurate fucking cannon in the world? It literally, you guys got rid of the T70, you know, being good in CoH 2, but you buffed the 8 rad. And that thing's a fucking monster. Make the 8 rad the T70, make it fair. Holy crap, all the fucking whiny, you know, Axis players. The T70's overpowered 9, I cannot compete with it. And you guys nerfed that thing so fucking hard. 8 rad comes out, good luck. Holy crap. He's trying to put a mine down. I said, fuck your mine. Weasel, you know, this is where it comes in handy, right? That good damage, because he was planting. Remember, if his engineers are planting, he's going to take extra bonus damage. And there's the 8 rad. I was, you know, complaining about it. Boom, it comes out. Run away. Run away. It will bleed you. My Chaffee has not built yet. And you're going, wait, that doesn't make any sense. How the fuck did he get an 8 rad out, even though you've had more map control and he lost 2 units? I don't know. Fucking co-magic, my guy. Just one of those magical things that don't make any sense. So I go, okay, get the Chaffee out. Again, that's going to set me back. I will try to get this cheaper infantry, but I can't get bars. I believe I almost go the whole match without getting bars, and because I couldn't afford it. Couldn't waste fuel on it. So my infantry is always going to be weak, and I'm going to be relying on the Weasel to drop me 30 cals to make up for that bullshit. So boom, Chaffee's out. Now, again with the Chaffee, right? Even though I've made a counter, he can already have a counter to my counter. And by that, I mean he's going to pump out a Martyr. And that will make the Chaffee obsolete. And that sucks. If you're wondering, well, why not go 2 Chaffies? The Chaffee costs 50 fuel. The Martyr costs 25 fuel. You can also buff the Martyr to, you know, hit harder and have more damage. I hit a mine, so this guy's great on his putting his mines down. I was, you know, I was a bit frustrated. I was like, how the fuck can I mess with this? 8 rad's gonna come back. You know, if he gets behind me, he can pin me and kill me. I keep backing up. I get very lucky. My partner is gonna come over and you know, give me some assistance. You know, like, oh dude, thank you so much. I put the 30 cal up. He's really trying to get the satchel off. It won't be enough to kill me unless he gets a high damage roll. Another bullshit thing, Relic. Light arms can damage the fucking Chaffee. What the fuck were you nerds thinking when you designed this tank? Why did you nerf it so hard? Holy cow. I remember the Chaffies could kill infantry easy. Nope. I guess we made a little Axis players have a rough time. So he's going to hold the house. Again, it gives him the high ground advantage. I'm blanking the rifleman around. 8 rad's being very aggressive, and he's putting himself in a dangerous spot. I'm leaving this right here because it needs some kind of cover. I can't fuck around. And there it is. He got the flank. He's backing out. The shrimp mobile is in full reverse. Hans, back us up, yeah? We don't want to get snared. Ha ha ha. I'm going to toss a nade in, and this is what, you know, this, I anticipate his retreat, right? So he thought he would bounce out of here, or he thought I was going to throw the grenade here. I threw it here, right on the door, and look at that damage roll. Fucking perfect. And that's what you want to do with nades. Find the exit points of the house, right, and take a gamble on where to throw it, and it will work out in your favor. And in this case, it does. I drop a model, and I get a huge damage roll. It could have been a wipe if I had a squad nearby. Another thing in 2v2s, I call it the 7-10 split. You guys want to take the medical and split it between your bases. It helps your partner out a lot. Oh, excuse me, tactical pause. Fucking keep forgetting about that. My bad. So I like to do that. I'll go, hey, bud, I'm going to go ahead and split the medical. In this match, I believe that I'm going to put it on my side because he's already made his own medical and there's no need to space it out. But if you take the medical, if you look at the aura, right, look how far it stretches out. You can put it between your bases and cover each other. And it's going to either help your butt out getting a tank out faster, or, you know, it just helps him out replenishing units. So I get the blob ready to go again. Again, I cannot tech into bars. It's not worth it. I'm just nervous about martyrs. And there's the first one, right? I'm going to go ahead and chase. His units are going to beat me one-on-one, but I have a 30 cal backing it up in the rear. And that's where it comes in handy. Chaffee, I'm going to back it off. I pop these flares, right? Rating flares. They buff your infantry, but they're very helpful in giving you a little cheat mode. Seeing vehicles. And the flares are going to dissipate, excuse me. I back off. He's moving the blob over here. If he bursts me one time, this weasel will instantly die from the blob. You'll eventually see that. I'm going to go ahead and get my cheeky mine down. Put it along this path in case I have to emergency back up. You know, it's not really a great place, but better than nothing. I'm going to flank these riflemen around. He told me, martyrs being static, I want to use these riflemen to get the snare, to fuck with the martyr. Leave the MG here to cover this flank. In case he kind of pushes. And here we go. There's the martyr. I see it. You know, it's time to fucking push. Get a snare on it. And I get the snare. Very lucky because as soon as he backs out of range, it usually never goes. Light arms can damage the martyr from the rear. So go for it, man. Shoot it in the back. You know, because it's an open top fucking tank and the crew's exposed. I, smell blood in the water. I'm going to go ahead and push, push, push. Look at that low damage roll. You gotta fucking love Relic. They like being a cock tease. Okay, there's the martyr. Boom, I miss again. Gotta love the Chaffee sucking ass. I'm gonna pop war speed in a second. Got the kill. Good damage roll. Pop the war speed. I realize there's one tank around here. I want to reform. Riflemen are in danger, though. I really can't. Going, going, going. I'm trying to wipe these engineers on retreat. I get lucky. I guess he got stunned or nervous or something. And look, I took the fucking attack tank off. It fucks me over. I'm so nervous right now. I'm pushing around the bush. I'm going, yeah, baby, go! Go! Again, his Chaffee misses. I get very, Chaffee, his martyr misses. I get very lucky. I get the blessing. And boom. He is pissed. He is trying to snare me right now. He's running for it. I said, nope. Fuck you, nerd. I'm out of town. I'm out of sight. Eat my dick. Vroom, 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 brrr. You know, I'm going, dude. I was basically micro-clicking this vehicle the entire fucking time. So if you're wondering why it's like zigging back and forth, bro, I was spamming my mouse button as hard as I possibly could and trying to dodge red. I don't go through the center of town because he's told me he's planted a shit ton of mines. So I'm going to take the, least route traveled. I'm going to bust through this fucking wall like Kool-Aid Man, my guy. I'm turn off the auto tank targeting. I want it to rip. I'm going to go ahead and build some engineers. I need it badly. I forgot about him here. I'm going to move him back. Eventually hit the retreat button to speed up the return time. I'm going to go ahead, get this weasel over here, drop another 30 cal machine gun eventually. And I'm going to use this time to cap. We're going to stop the bleed. We don't want these guys to get in the game because as soon as these guys, get some ground, they will beat our fucking face in. There's 30 cal coming in handy. Sucks ass, but I got the suppression. And look at him. He's just worming away. No consequences. Oh, got a pin. Woo! Wow, I pinned this time. Crazy. So, Rifleman got the fuel back. I'm going to go ahead and make a double Chaffee combo because this one's vetted up. So, let's take a look at its increased speed, rotation rate, rate of fire, and accuracy. So, some pretty good buffs. Riflemen are going to push out. We got, again, getting the BPs. He didn't go machine guns. He just went infantry spam. But luckily, thank God that the Weasel can drop machine guns. This covers it. So even though my riflemen suck ass because they don't have bars, the 30 cals will make up for it by suppressing his blob. And he only moves in blobs. So it's not much what I expect from top level players at this point. But, you can argue, hey, he just came out of base. Look at that. He popped his little buff, if I got that right. And there's the martyr. Again, I'm going to run. He's chasing my units down. He popped his little assault buffs, if I got that right. And it's not worth it. 30 cal's going to set up. I'm going to stop his push. And And I'm just gonna remind him, you know, hey buddy, stay in your fucking lane of fire. And my arc is very tiny. Gotta love Relic. But at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and get some SSF commandos. And the reason why is the knife throw ability only has a 60-second cooldown. It's really great. They come with white phosphorus grenades. On top of that, you can swap out the LMGs for rocket launchers for damage against tanks, which is going to be great because he went Martyr, and my Chaffee can synergize with the squad, and we can clean it up. If you think the squad's overpowered, it's not. It costs about 440 manpower, and it cannot. It can barely take on a Peagrin squad one-on-one. Peagrins only cost 340 manpower. So, you know, Relic again being a cock tease. At this point, I needed to go advanced logistics, and the reason why is these SFF commandos are very expensive to reinforce. I'm going to reduce the cost. His medical's out of position. I'm going to go ahead and focus it. So this is the cheesy frontline reinforcement meta that's still trying to persist in the game. Luckily for me, his medical's slow as fuck, so I get a good damage roll on it. And boom. I'm going to go ahead and focus that. Buying time. Again, I'm not going to win this fight, but at the same time, I'm going to bleed and harass him, and his units are a bit expensive to reinforce. Pop the Willy Pete. And I want this unit to get veterancy as fast as possible, because it's going to get harder to hit bonuses. And the SFF commandos are expensive, but they'll become great later on in the game. And here's his, what's it called? Panzerjäger squad, or Panzerbusch. And I'm going to go ahead and get the manpower point, you know, decap that. Really focusing on damaging this half-track. He can't really hurt me because the squad doesn't have an LMG yet. So I'm going to harass the fuck out of his vehicle. I did get the bars eventually. It took forever, but hey, better than nothing. You know, I'm slowly getting back into this game, right? You know, 500 manpower. This is why the cheaper squads come in handy. And with this influx of manpower, these rifle units getting better, I can stay out in the field longer. I can harass, you know, better. And plus the double 30 cals that I'll eventually drop will support the rifleman. And he can't really heal up. It'll damage his medical significantly. He's very nervous at this point. Chaffee's going to come up. I'm ready to, you know, start making or punching holes in his line, right? And I'm just going to give him a heads up. Hey, I can fuck with you with this thing. Try to see if I can get that martyr out of position, but he doesn't take the bait. And, you know, you're wondering, like, hey, you'll see eventually. He'll be able to pump out 2 Panzer IIIs, right? And you're like, that's not fair. How the fuck can you get 2 Panzer IIIs even though you've controlled fuel for a while? And it's like, I don't know, man. Magical resources? I wish I could know. Somebody tell me. Because he's lost a lot, bro. So, over here, I'm going to go ahead and try to flank around. I see that Panzer Busch squad or Jaeger squad. Some people call it Panzer Busch. He pops the tear gas on me. I'm going to go ahead and back out. Not worth the fight. These tanks are great at killing crew-served weapons, though by crew-served weapons I mean mortars, machine guns, you know, any kind of stationary weapon system. I'm going to get these Pathfinders out. I realize it's a lost cause. Machine gun setting up. I'm trying to get the suppression in. You know, burn him down. Get a little bit of damage going. Boom, got out in time. Commandos are pushing in. Eventually, I'll try to go for a second squad of commandos if I got that right. 2 squads of commandos are great. Plus, with the cheaper infantry being 25% less, you know, it helps out a lot. Pop a white Foss to get out, get the retreat, you know, covers my retreat path, right? So instead of 3 squads burning me down, it's just 1. Again, covering concealment. In this game, that provides both cover and concealment. You know, in real life, concealment is this bush blocking sight, and cover is this fucking wall, right? Providing a hard point to hide behind. In this game, you know, white phosphor grenades can provide both cover and concealment versus infantry. So there's this martyr. I'm going to take a snare. I realize I need to kill this tank. I'm going to go ahead and take the half-health martyr. I'm sorry, fucking Chappie, excuse me. And bring it in. Even though he snares me, I'm not fucking stressed. Boom. Now, I do fuck up. I'm going to lose both of these tanks right here. A big, dumb move on my part because at this point, he's going to harass me. I should have repositioned the MG and kept backing up. But I'm panicking. I'm trying to rotate all riflemen over here. I realize I made a huge mistake. So I keep backing out. Planes are going to come in. Or artillery smoke. I could be wrong. I think that's my bud's artillery. Yeah. So I really fuck up here. I lose 2 50 fuel tanks for 1 martyr. That is the dumbest thing I could have possibly done. And I'm being hard on myself. because I got greedy and I really wanted to fucking get this guy out of the game, right? Kill another martyr. There's the red guy's Panzer Command tank. He sent it over here. That's you know, my buddy's player, and he wanted to seal the deal, and I get it, and I can respect that. It's just a huge fuck up on my part. But I said, you know what? Chaffies are decent. I can rebuild them. If you're wondering why I'm not going Hellcat, I don't think they're worth it because they're just so slow, they're so inaccurate, and they're just too expensive for nothing. Seriously, a Martyr can take on a Hellcat one-on-one and come out on top. With a Chaffee, at least I get a speed bonus, so I have a chance. And it's just not worth it. It's too expensive to play USF at times. So I see this engineer squad. I'm trying to burn it down, right? I want to kill as much repair options as possible. And he gets away. Gotta love it. 3 bars of riflemen. Fucking 18 riflemen firing on one squad. They bounce out. I'm going to try to go ahead and get the snare on him. Again, snare doesn't pop. The bug kicks in. Fuck this game. He throws a nade. Gonna dodge it. You know, good dodge. Took a little bit of damage. I'm rebuilding my Chaffee army. Chaffies can actually take on the Panzer III's one-on-one. I also have Mark Target, and which is going to come in, you know, fucking great handy. Mark Target takes about 10 seconds for it to actually light the vehicle up. And the reason why Mark Target's great, easier to hit, and have reduced armor, so these Chaffies can punch holes in it. But you need a 2-to-1 ratio on Chaffies versus a Panzer III. That's what I highly recommend, because again, the Chaffee's not a great tank. It's a decent tank. So at the same time, even though I fucked up, I still have manpower control. I still have the SFF commandos, or SSF commandos, excuse me. And my buddy still has a good tank army going, so he can cover down for me while I'm trying to get back in the game. But even though I took a loss of a tank, it doesn't mean I can't still support my bud and help him get the fuel control and slowly rebuild my tank army, right? So we're getting the Chaffies back online. And even though I fuck up, I'm going to redeem myself later on in this match. So, there's Jenko being very sneaky again. I believe one of them went Armored Doctrine, if I got that right. And basically what it can do is it can spot tanks with the Fog of War, and it can make your life hard. There's 30 cal. Can't spot machine guns with the Fog of War, and that's what you get for blobbing. Great job, buddy. Good blob. Yep, run back to base. Yeah, Ozave back to base, homie. So, Jenko's going to go ahead and try to blob my bud with his tanks. He has AT set up. You know, the full force is coming down. I said, I got you, bro. I'm going to go ahead and mark target this tank. Focus the low health tank. My buddy pops smoke. Amazing ability, right? Because he has to attack ground. And it's buying him time for me to reinforce him. So here comes the Chaffies. Even if I lose a Chaffee versus a Panzer III, it's a good trade. I'm going to go to focus mark target. My buddy's going to try to clean up this guy. So I'm focusing. I lose one tank. Again, no big deal. Because we're going to kill a Panzer III. Boom. Panzer III killed. We're going to focus this. Boom. Other Panzer III knocked out. So we killed a total of 3 Panzer IIIs. One being a command tank. And the other one being Purple's army. I'm going to roll out. Honestly, this is a huge one. For one Chaffee, we get 3 tanks. So even though I've lost the 2 Chaffies earlier, plus the 3rd one right now, it doesn't bother me. I can rebuild because they're cheap. And we've killed these about 360 manpower tanks, right? So he's hurting. His infantry can no longer really bother me because I have 2 MGs covering now. So these are huge wins. So again, he's going to keep blobbing, right? These machine guns are just going to keep suppressing. He didn't go any mortars or leagues. He went for pure infantry spam and ham. But we take them 100% serious. I'm going to go ahead and blob as well because, you know, blob the blob. Pathfinders are going to harass the fuel again. I'm going to still take him serious. And that's what I was talking about. This weasel right here got bird. Yeah, we missed it, but literally 1 bird from 3 infantry squads. And the weasel's gone. Gotta love Relic. So with the weasel gone, I'm gonna focus on just, you know, blobbing his blob, right? I want to get him off the field. And we just need to end this as fast as possible. There's his medical out of position. I'm gonna go ahead and focus it. Chaffies are coming in. I realize he doesn't have any tanks. I wanna just fucking end this match. And the reason is these guys are good. They will destroy you if you give them a chance. Here comes the fucking bullshit call-in planes. I get very lucky, I dodge it, but look at that, out of the fire, and I still get suppressed. All these units get suppressed. It is bullshit. So I'm going to tactically pick which units to fall back. I know he's gearing up for a nade, I don't want to risk it, and because of that, I was able to avoid the nade, make it not worthwhile to him, avoid the damage, and still stay in the fight, because Rifleman bars, you know, teched up, cheaper infantry, doesn't matter even if I lose, I know it's going to hurt him on the bleed. Throw a nade, good damage roll, and boom, I won that fight. Even though I pulled 2 units back, I'm guaranteed to decap the munis. And this third unit that was capping over here is now too late to the fight. So sad, too bad. Oh, I also picked a flamethrower up for this rifleman, so if you're wondering why I got it, it's not hacks. I just found a free flamethrower. And you gotta love German flamethrowers. Look at that damage. So much easier to use German flamethrowers versus USF flamethrowers. I'm gonna go for the wipe. You know, I still got 8 models left. I'm gonna try to burn him down and retreat. And I'm trying, and Axis Bias kicks in. Gotta love it. So over here, Pathfinder's been found out, no big deal. Chaffee Army rebuilt. I'm debating on going M4 A1 Sherman, but I think I'm gonna, you know, go ahead and get another Chaffee. The Whizbang sucks ass, but, you know, it's a great form of indirect, but because these guys have been mobile the entire time, don't need it, and they call it. That's the match.